Welcome to the Level Up Life podcast. I'm your host, Scottie Hobbs, where we're here to remind you that your family is your most important work, help you feel better, and learn how to make more income for your family. I'm here with my friend Jenny. Jenny is a former professional dancer who turned into a fitness enthusiast. She learned a lot of skills like discipline, consistency, and marketing as an affiliate with the company BODi. She made a pivot in her life and created her own fitness and nutrition program at Jenny J Fitness. Coming in full circle after growing her account on TikTok to 900,000 followers, she became a fitness trainer for the company BODi, where she's one of the favorite trainers on that platform. Now, Jenny, welcome to the show.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on, Scotty. It is truly an honor since we've known each other for so long. But yeah, I'm Jenny. I am a former professional dancer turned fitness coach. I started my career as a dancer and had a really hard time pursuing my career in the industry. And so I just naturally gravitated towards moving my body in a different way to keep me in shape, of course. And my love for dancing slowly changed into a love for fitness. And so I used my dance performance skills and love for music and love for movement and use that to teach fitness classes in LA. So I have done a ton of different opportunities in the fitness industry as an on-camera fitness trainer for Beachbody. I've been featured on other platforms such as Bowflex, Planet Fitness, Pop Sugar. And now I have my own online fitness platform as well. So I have my own membership and I help women lose weight, get in shape through my fitness programs, but also through nutrition coaching as well. So that's kind of like a small spiel of my life, but we can definitely expand on it.
Dig into some of that. So that's awesome. So what is your, what's your website for your nutrition coaching and your fitness classes? I'll make sure to put it in the link, but what is it called?
JennyJFitness.com, and you
J
can
Fitness.
find JennyJFitness.com,
Okay.
and then you can find me on Instagram at with the same Jenny J
Okay.
Fitness.
JennyJFitness.com.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'll put that, we'll make sure we put that in the description of the video so people can find you if they want that nutrition coaching and that fun energy that you bring. Now, I want to talk first, like, because we kind of started your story at dance. Like, I pursued this passion in like professional dancing. When did you start dancing? Like, when did you have your first dance class? How old were you?
Apparently, I was 2 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
and I
you
was
started.
crying. I remember I was crying because I did not want my mom to put me in a class with all of these girls that I didn't know. But by the end, I was smiling and I was like, I want to do more. So yeah, I've been a dancer my entire life.
So you danced all through from two all the way through elementary, junior high, high school.
Yep.
Okay. Did you dance in college or did you go from high school into more of a professional career? What did that look like?
Yeah, so I got a dance agent right when I graduated high school, and I made sure that I could go to a college near the industry, which is in LA. So I went to UCLA. And so while I was going to classes, I would sometimes go to auditions, and I hustled hard in school to make sure I graduated early so I had more time to go to auditions and put myself out there and do all that.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. I didn't know there was such thing as a dance agent, so this is
Oh,
good information for me. I
yeah.
have my 17-year-old's a competitive dancer and she like it's kind of funny. Her name's Mila. Like I'm going to Denver with her like in like less than 2 weeks and we had a dance competition. It's like a full-time job.
Yeah.
And she like has a private coach for her solos and she performs solos and then with her team and she just loves it. And like, so one of the things for fun is she like, she's always shows me, she's like, this is the Miami Dolphins main dance. And she'll like go, she's not a cheerleader. My other daughter's a cheerleader, but she's like, I think I'm just as good, if not better than they are. She's like, how do I get in front of them? So, and then she's like, I think they make like, I don't know what they'd make, but she's like, I think they only make like $100 a game or something. So I can't make a living with that, but I would like to do it. And so she's always like dreaming of what she wants to go do and working super hard at those things. But as you like, what's a lesson you learned through dance? Because you spent a lot of years in dance. What's a lesson that you think you learned that helped you get to where you're at now in life?
Yeah. every rejection brings you closer to a yes. I remember I tracked on an Excel spreadsheet all of the auditions I went to, and there was, I would, every audition where I got rejected, I highlighted it red, and then once I booked a gig, it was green. Most of my spreadsheet was filled with red. Like I was constantly rejected. So I think number one, like rejection is part of the process. Like if you're going to pursue anything that's like worth pursuing, you're gonna be shut down many, many times before you succeed. So you just kind of have to buckle your seatbelt and like go get ready for the ride because like that's gonna happen. Um, and with every rejection, you're going to eventually book that next one, whatever it is. And the more you go, the more practice you're going to have. The more practice you have, the more exposure you're going to get. And eventually you're going to succeed, right? It's just like a probability numbers game. So I think that's a huge lesson that comes from dancing. Um, and then probably I would say putting yourself out there is really, really hard to do. Like when you're on stage and you're auditioning in front of like so many other dancers and judges and stuff, like you have to stand out in some way. And so you have to like get comfortable with being uncomfortable and like being vulnerable and like highlighting what only you can highlight. Like as a dancer or whatever industry you're pursuing, like you have to work with your strengths, show it off, and don't be afraid to show it off.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely like that when I see her up on stage, and she never stops dancing. Like she'll be like making some food in the kitchen and there's like dance moves, like I see a leg like fly up behind the counter and I'm like, what are you doing? Are you making toast back there or dancing? One thing that's funny, I don't know if you've experienced this, like she'll go like all out in her dances, like so expressive. And we were eating together in the kitchen the other day and she's like, we go to church together on Sundays, and she's like, when I'm in my class with all the other youth, if they ask me to say the prayers, I get so nervous. I'm like, don't call on me. But she's like, but then it's crazy to think because I get on stage and I'm like by myself in front of
Yeah.
hundreds of people, like just like out there. And I'm like, I don't know what that little shift is. Like, just
No, I
rejection or what?
I get how your daughter feels that way because I have that same experience. Like when I am in a setting that's not maybe teaching a fitness class or like dancing, I like totally cave in and like go into my little shell. I'm not one to speak up. I'm gonna be like very introverted. But when it comes to like, I know my shiz and I know like I'm gonna kill this and I'm gonna work it. There's no reservations at all.
Yeah.
Like I'm totally in my element. And so I totally get that. I think like for a lot of performers, they almost have like an alter ego. It's like I'm no longer Jenny anymore. Like I am this performer, I'm this rock star, like however you want to call yourself. And so that's kind of like something else that I learned from being a dancer and how it transitions to what I do now as like an on-camera fitness performer is like I have to kind of put on this role. I have to put on this costume, so to speak, and perform because it's not about me anymore. No one cares about how I feel in this moment. No one cares if I'm sick or whatever. Like I have to serve this audience. I have to serve the camera. And so when you kind of go in with that mindset, like you just kind of shut down I don't know, like your doubts, your fears, and you just turn it on.
Okay. Yeah, like I'm seeing how that connects to my like I played music for 25 years. And you've met me in person at like when we worked together, we did retreats and stuff and been at events. And
Yeah.
I'm naturally very quiet and like I'm not the loud like I'm definitely not even like the 100th loudest person in the room.
Yeah.
I'm naturally introverted, but playing the guitar like you would see me stand on the speaker in front of the stage up in front of everybody and be like and then when it's done, like I go sit in the back and watch everybody else.
Yeah.
Like it is that you step into an alter ego
Yeah.
for your classes and for dance and or if
Yep.
you're a musician and even maybe for a business owner, you step into that when you're in that role.
Yeah, for sure.
That's beautiful. What's a hardship? I know you talked about rejection in your spreadsheet, but what's one of the biggest hardships or a hard challenge you've been through in your life that you learned the most from?
Hmm. I think the first one that pops up in my head was it was during COVID. I just like everyone, we all experienced like hardship during that time. But, being a fitness coach during that time, I lost my job. So I lost, my mainstream of income. And then I ended a relationship during that time. And then I had roommate drama with my roommate. And so I had to move back home with my mom. And so it's like I literally kind of lost everything.
Hmm.
And it was like during that time, I remember I said, I'm never going to rely on a single stream of income ever again because I never want to experience this type of hardship where like I don't know where my next paycheck is coming from. And obviously so many people got laid off and furloughed and all that stuff, but I'm like I'm never going to experience that again because that is so challenging, that is so hard, and I just don't want to experience it. So I think that was my big learning lesson, I guess in the last decade. And so it kind of led me to the path of really doubling down on entrepreneurship, getting myself out there, having multiple streams of income, and just making sure that I am the one who creates my safety net, right? So,
That's beautiful and great advice
yeah.
of being able to go out there and do that. I want to ask another question. Let's just go back a little bit again to your dance career. Like you did all these auditions, like you became a professional dancer. What does that mean? Because
Mm.
I don't know what a professional dancer does. Like, tell me, like, what did you
Yeah.
do?
I think I'm sure everyone's gonna have a different definition, but to me, it's like if you are getting booked for gigs, professional gigs, whether it's a music video, a movie, a performance, you're a professional dancer. You're getting
Yeah.
paid. You are literally getting paid to dance. That is a professional dancer.
Okay, I like that. What are some cool things that you got to do in your career as a professional dancer?
I think my favorite one was being a backup dancer for Neo and Pitbull.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was the MTV Video Music Awards in like 2011 or something. It was when Beyonce announced that she was pregnant for the first time, and like
Okay.
it was a really big deal, and that was kind of my highlight moment. But I've done commercials for like McDonald's and like an internet company and just some random things here and
Yeah.
there. Again, like I said, I wasn't like a super successful dancer, which is why I pivoted.
Yeah.
But those are kind of like my bigger
Well,
highlights.
that's extremely fun. Well, it's like
Yeah.
with my music career, like we didn't go travel around the world. We produced a couple albums. We played local shows for all the big bands. Like I'd be like, I was a professional musician, but it's not like on a stage in front of filling an amphitheater with like
Yeah.
50,000 people. It's still professional. We got paid.
There you
They bought our
go.
t-shirts.
I love it.
Yeah, so awesome. Now, so you did dance. Started your own, you were a fitness coach, like a fitness instructor, live classes. And now, so those of you that don't know, Jenny and I work together as what we're called coaches. Like we help people as affiliates for the company Beachbody. Like what did you, in what you were like 3 years, maybe 3 or 4 years that
Yeah.
you built a business with Beachbody? I'm trying to think about how long that was. But what did you learn in your time as like a beach body coach, like partnering with a company
Hmm.
and like what did you gain from that, I guess would be the words.
Honestly, I think I just learned character traits like learning discipline, honestly. Like I learned consistency. Like to this day, I still think The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy is like one of the best books of all time.
Yeah.
But like seriously, it's true. Just coming out of college, I didn't have a 9 to 5 corporate job to go to. But I still wanted to make a living. I wanted to do what I loved. And so obviously when you're an affiliate for a company, you're not necessarily being told what to do and how to do it. Everyone is kind of to each their own. And so with that, I just learned the power of consistency. I learned the power of discipline, of just showing up even when you don't feel like it. I mean, like, because I had my own personal transformation using the products.
Yeah.
And so the reason why I became an affiliate was because when you're consistent in working out, you're gonna get results.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you can't. And so that was a really powerful lesson for me is like just keep showing up even when you don't feel like it and keep moving forward. I think yeah, I just think discipline and consistency were probably my biggest lessons and I still carry that with me with whatever I do.
Yeah, that book, I listened to that like 60 times in my first year of building that business.
Yeah.
So like it is ingrained in my head that if you have the right mindset with the right activity, do the right activity, you're
Yep.
gonna have a positive result. So
Yep.
I love that. One thing you made me think about with you're like if you just are disciplined and consistent with good nutrition, moving your body, exercise, you will get results. I think too often people are like always looking for the shortcuts. Like I even see it, like I still help people with meal plans and give them fitness advice, and I have like PDFs with workouts that people can do that I give them, and I have peptides, right? And people come to me, and I'm always like, you can't out peptide a bad diet. Like we have to be consistent in workouts
Hmm.
and nutrition. And yes, peptides or supplements, whatever they might be, are going to help. But it's just like a little bit of it, like to give you a little extra edge on feeling better, or having more energy, or recovering. But you have to build discipline in getting good sleep, drinking enough water, eliminating processed foods, eating good, and working out.
100%. Yeah,
So,
I always say like those things are, the roof or the ceiling of a house. You can't build a roof or ceiling without the foundation
oh,
first.
I
Like
like that one.
just start with the basics, start with the foundation, and then once we get up to the windows and the walls, then we can add that in, and it's gonna, give you that dream home. But if you're just getting started, you got to start with the basics.
With the foundation, yeah. So you had a little time with Beachbody building a business as a coach and learning the affiliate business and earning commissions. You were young, like 21, 22, 23-ish, and then you made a pivot. What did you do after that? Like, what was that next step for you?
Yeah, my next step was trying to create my own programs. I
Yeah.
wanted to be my own fitness superstar. It was short-lived during that time. I had a
Okay.
hard time. Yeah, I had a hard time kind of building my business, and I did end up taking a pause on it. I was still showing up on social media, but that was when I did join like a corporate job in the fitness industry to just get some money in. But
Mhm.
I've always had that dream to like build my own thing. Ever since I realized that entrepreneurship existed in my early 20s, I've always had that seed. So even if I do end up taking a job here and there, like I don't think I'll ever stop dreaming
Yeah.
and creating my own thing.
That's beautiful. So you started junior, is that when Jenny J Fitness was born? Or was it called something else? I can't remember.
No, it was called Jenny J Fitness. That's
Okay.
when it was born. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's important to share that it's okay to have a job.
Yeah.
Like while you're working on your dream of whether it's being starting your own business, whatever, and whatever passion you're passionate about, writing a book, becoming a public speaker, whatever it is, it's okay to work a job and then build a business and be an entrepreneur on the side
Yeah.
until you build it to where you need it. I think too many people are like, I gotta burn the bridges, quit my job, and then it's like, then you're working out of desperation and
Mhm.
it's not just genuinely, authentically trying to serve other people. So
Mhm.
I think it's great that you went and got a job in that time and then continued, but you didn't. I think the mistake is where someone's like, it's not working. I'm gonna go back and get a job, and you let the dream die.
Mhm.
Ah, that's the saddest thing to me in the world. So you had a little bit of struggle there, a little resistance. When do you feel like your breakthrough started happening to get like where you're at now and what you do with
Yeah.
body? Like
Well,
what was
again,
that like?
yeah, like I mentioned, I went to the corporate route and then was like, I can't do the whole 9 to 5 thing. It's just not me. I can't work in like an office and sit down. and follow the rules and follow the leader, like all of that. So after that, I ended up going back into fitness and just did fitness coaching. So I worked for a boutique fitness studio and was just a coach. But it was during that time, during COVID, when all gyms closed.
Okay.
And so I lost my mainstream of income. And so it was then where I was like, I literally have nothing else to lose at this point. Why not reignite the dream again? Let's figure this thing out. That's when I went on TikTok because at the time it was starting to get really, really big. Like it was still something that like I think teenagers were using and older adults were getting into it. But I went hard because I didn't have time. I mean, I had all the time in the world actually to post. And so it was during COVID when I would post 5 times a day for
Wow.
like 8 months straight on TikTok. And I went from 0 followers to over 900,000 followers on TikTok in less than a year. And so that's what helped me get some pretty big brand deals that kind of put me on the map as far as like, the social media landscape. And then I ended up booking a gig that got me connected back with Beachbody. And I booked the gig, going back to booking gigs and going to
Yeah.
auditions. I booked the gig, and then became a trainer for Body. Yeah.
That's awesome. How long has it been now that you've been a trainer for Body?
I think 5 years.
Okay. Like I hear your story and it's like the most incredible thing for me. Like because I knew you when you were like 21 and I see you where you're at now and I'm like, oh, she did the T25 and then was a coach and then created her own program and then got recruited by Body to be one of their trainers. No, like that's just the most incredible story. Like every time I think about it or you pop up, I'm like, ah, I'm so proud and it's so awesome to see.
It's truly a full circle moment because that's what helped me get in shape. That's what started my fitness journey, and I'm just like so honored to potentially be that for other people.
Potentially, I'm going to tell you, anytime I run into people that are doing body, you're their favorite trainer right now. They
Oh,
love Jenny.
thank you. I'm so honored.
That's awesome. What do you like? What are your dreams like moving forward? We're still so young. Like
Yeah.
we have a lot of working years in our life to go out and serve
Yeah.
and help people. Like what do you want to do? What do you want to, who do you want to impact? What kind of things do you want to do with your life?
I still want to make an impact in the fitness industry. I always question myself thinking like, am I ever going to get tired of working out and helping people with fitness? Like, will I ever pivot? But the answer right now is no. I don't think I'm going to pivot. I think I'm going to continue helping women in particular transform their lives through health, nutrition, lifestyle, and exercise. So I'm just going to keep pursuing that. And, I just got married last year. So my husband and I are thinking of starting a family. So we're going to enter that chapter. So I'm just excited to see where life takes us.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Now, to kind of start to wrap this up, like I think that people can learn a lot from you. But let's say there's like some young 20-year-old, 25-year-old, hey, they could even be 40 and never started fitness before. And they're just like, I'm not a fitness person. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do next. What advice would you tell them? Like if they
Yeah.
wanted to start making that shift in their life, you were sitting down with them across from the table and they're like, Jenny, I just don't know what to do. It's overwhelming.
Yeah. Well, you gotta, if you don't know what to do, you gotta hire someone to to help you do it. Meaning like you don't have to hire a trainer necessarily, but like join a program. Get yourself into a class. Just join something that's gonna help you stay accountable. So whether that's an in-person gym membership, whether that's something like BODi, whether that's hiring a trainer that comes to your house, something like that. Get someone who knows what you want to achieve and knows how to achieve it and will hold you accountable. Because there's so much information out there, especially, for example, finances. That's something that I wasn't educated on that. And I have to go seek out the experts to learn about investing and real estate and all these things. I'm not going to try to figure it out on my own. I mean, I can certainly try and I'll get a lot of great knowledge. But like if I really want to make sure I'm making the right investment strategy or I'm gonna like buy my first rental, I'm gonna probably want to talk to someone who's done it before and get their 2 cents. So I think you have to start with that, get some accountability, get a coach, join a group, join a gym, do something like that. And then you got to start small, right? So you don't have to do a 1 hour workout. My program on BODi is called 10-minute cycle, and it's all about microdosing fitness because so many people think you need an hour workout to make it count, and it's just not true. You can do 10 minutes of exercise every day, and you will absolutely make progress towards your health and your fitness goals. What starts as 10 minutes, then turns to 20, then turns to 30, and then maybe goes to 60 minutes. But you have to start somewhere. So you have to almost lower your expectations for yourself. And remember, small itty bitty steps do count. So, like, just get started. Don't be overwhelmed by all of the information overload on social media. Just get going.
I love that. You're making me think of a saying. It's like people overestimate what they can do in a short amount of time, like in a month or 2 months, and
Mhm.
underestimate what they can do in a year. Like if you just followed what you just shared right there of just like doing 10 minutes a day and maybe you drink water and eliminate soda, whatever, just some small little things, then you start to feel better and then you exercise longer and then you get stronger and then you're like, oh, this feels good. And then you just stack and those wins stacked over 365 days, like you'll be further than you imagined.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny, like when I first started exercising, like I was miserable. Like I was working 12-hour days and I would like throw up. I did P90X for my first workout. But at the end of those 90 days, like I'd done the program and I was like, I feel awesome. And it's like I've never stopped. And I don't have to think like am I gonna? It's like we're traveling tomorrow, and I work. I don't know if you know, but my dad and I work out for a year now. He's done body workouts for 10 years in his basement, but he comes to the gym with me every day, and he's crushing it. He's almost 70. But like now we're at a place just because it's years of stacked wins where we're like, I'm traveling on Friday. We're gonna miss our arm day, so today we gotta do back and biceps and tomorrow shoulders and triceps. So it's like as you stack the wins, you just learn as you go, and then you're like, it becomes a part of who you are. And you're like, if you're traveling and you're like planning, how do I work out during my travel? How do I stay active
Yeah.
during this?
Yeah, you got to modify your workouts and, fit it in however you can. But also, I tell my clients, like, let's take a bird's eye view at like what's going on here. One day out of, 365 days is not going to kill you. So
Yeah.
if one thing just ruins your plans, just get right back on track. You're going to be just fine.
Yeah. Always take the next right step of integrity or the right next step towards your goals. It's funny, my boys, they used to come to the gym with me. We do a workout every day after school, but then we got out of that because they got really busy with football, baseball, basketball, and they're at practice. So I'm not gonna have you 2 hours at football practice and then an hour lift weights with me. They were like 8 and 10. So we're like, they're done with sports right now for a little bit. So like we got to get back into working out. And we literally had like 28 minutes till we had to go to a church activity last night. And to my 10-year-old, I was like, put your shoes on. We're gonna go work out. And it was just like 10 minutes. We did some curls. I let him hit the boxing bag. We did some shoulder presses, and it was just like 10 minutes. And he did not want to go down there. But
Yeah.
like I saw him smiling at the end as he was hitting the bag and it felt good. So sometimes you just have to just take that step. Even though you don't want
Yeah.
to, it doesn't have to be a lot, just like you shared.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome. Well, Jenny, has been absolutely incredible reconnecting with you and kind of catching up with where you're at in life. And um, we will put like all the ways to connect with you, Jenny J Fitness, Jenny J Fitness on Instagram as well, right? But we'll put them
Mhm.
in the link in the description. Feel free to reach out to her, ask her questions, and she'll be there to help you out. So thanks again, Jenny. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on this episode. We hope that you enjoyed the conversation that we shared with you today. We're here to remind you that your family is your most important work on earth, help you feel better, and learn how to earn more income for your family. If you enjoyed this episode with Jenny, please leave a positive review, clip what you like, or share it with a friend. My friend, it's time to level up.